Hello, guys. Welcome to another installment of Touchline Talk every single Tuesday and Friday with your boy, LNobbins. Today's overarching topic is going to be City's right side versus the left side. I don't know if it's fair to label it as an imbalance. That is what I'm labeling it as. Feel free to challenge me on that. Maybe that's not fair. But I thought that might be an interesting topic to discuss. I did allude to it in the Burnley analysis video. We obviously know that the right side has been an interesting dimension towards City's offensive play this season. So I thought, as I say, maybe as a general topic, that can be the theme for today. But as we always do on these shows, we will deviate, we will go on tangents, we will turn it into a Q&A sesh, and we'll talk about whatever we feel like is worth talking about in the world of all things football. As you're coming into the stream, please make sure to leave a like on the video because it's free and it helps support your boy out. Shout out to the latest members, by the way. We did have a members only upload yesterday. Yanko there saying you love the members only video. Thank you so much for that, Yanko. Shout out to DJ Josh, Ziadzaki, and Makanga Iruku, who look like they joined from that video. If you want to access that video, you can do so by becoming a member. I explore in brief a potential right back option for City, one to keep an eye on anyway. If you want a bit more information on some of his data, some of his best moments, then feel free to support the channel. Click that join button and you'll have access to that video as well as the back catalogue of videos and 1 to 2 new member videos every single month. How are we all doing today? Hello, Hazza. Hello, Reddy. We've got Miami. Greetings to Jordan. We've got Mafundo. Hello. Nobbins clips. That's great. Hello, Kem. I'm doing very well. How are you? John says, early for a touchline talk. We love that commitment, Jono. We love it. I'm very well, Hazza. Thank you. Big up to you, Mike. Thank you, Yanko, for that. Bernardo, 22-23, right wing. Yeah. Warper says, can Shirky come off the bench against Monaco? Shirky's back, says Musty. Yes, I'm very happy about that. Well, obviously, I think we'll need to touch on the Monaco game as well. Like, what do we think about that? Because there won't be a preview for that game, just because I'm not being funny. I don't view it as that big of a game, so there's not going to be a tactical preview. So maybe we can preview it today in fairness and have a little cheeky look at it. Lots of people are excited about Vanderson. I don't know nearly enough about Vanderson, so that's maybe a player that we'll be keeping an eye on. Hello, Fenway. Hope Nana Nobbins is doing well. Yeah, she's doing fine. Yes, she nearly predicted the Burnley score. I asked her, what's the score going to be? She said 4-0. That was the same as my prediction, actually, so it runs in the family. And she was nearly right. It was by 4 goals, 5-1 in the end. So, you know, she's done pretty good with her predictions so far whenever I've asked her. Omar El Halali. Yes, Mafundo. I know that Alex, aka Euro Expert, has recommended him. I can't comment on him though because I've not seen Espanol, but I rate Alex's knowledge, so that probably would be a good signing if Alex is recommending it. Rodrigo and Jan. Why would we be signing a left winger in Jan? Sounds weird. Apparently Rodri's picked up a knock, makes me nervous for the midfield. Yeah, hopefully he's fine. Can we do a preview live? Says Ayan. Yeah, we will look ahead to the game. It won't be in as much detail because what I normally do is I tend to watch like the past game or two of the opposition just to see how they play, and I've not done that for Monaco, so it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same level of insight, but we can certainly have a look at that for sure. Roger is back in training. Yeah, Roger's back in training. Shirky is back too, says Ayan. Lovely. And let's maybe touch on and move on to Shirky and the whole right wing situation. There's loads of ladybirds outside of my window right now. I don't know what's going on. I saved one from a spider's web earlier. Oh my God, why are they flocking to me? What is happening? Hello? There's loads. My God, it's like 2 have just randomly landed on my window. That's so weird. Do you call them ladybirds or ladybugs? I think both are acceptable. I feel like I've always called them ladybirds. Ladybug is probably correct, but I've always called them ladybirds. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so City's right side. Now, it's not been a all-season issue for City. I will say that much. So, for example, if I have a look at the level of like expected goals that was created in like the Wolves game, let's say, where we played very well off that right side of Reinders and Bob linking up. And actually the left side that day wasn't particularly effective because Ait-Nouri wasn't really supporting Doku in the manner I wanted him to. That was something that I picked up as like, you know, Ait-Nouri was very good. This is why I was so confused when, I can't remember the Twitter account, but someone said, Ait-Nouri, God, he was terrible defensively today, wasn't he? And I was like, nah, it was the opposite. He was really good defensively against Wolves, but he wasn't really offering anything going forwards. So yeah, against Wolves... Actually, no, okay, I'd tell a lie, actually. So we had like way more attacks down that right side, but technically it didn't actually generate that much threats relative to the centre. In fact, the left side actually had way more attacks. Sorry, far fewer attacks, apologies, but a similar level of expected goals. So I guess the point still does stand for the Wolves game. If I just check the Spurs game, I don't have the Brighton game for some reason in my data, but I do have them for all the others. So against Spurs, it was basically identical. The centre was the most dangerous area. But once again, like from that right side, it's not really a lot of potent work that's being generated. We're talking about like 0.4 expected goals in the entire game that's being created down that right side. That was against Spurs, and similar against Wolves. The right side against United was a lot better. It still wasn't the most threatening. The centre was the most threatening, but we still generated a decent amount down that right side against United. The problem has really reared its head, I feel like. I mean, to an extent, it's been there all season, but I feel like certainly the past 3 games have really been lackluster. Lackluster is what I would say over the past couple of games. Now that might just be due to injuries and circumstance. Huddersfield. What was the second goal against Huddersfield? That was Savio from their left side, wasn't it? The first one was Foden from the centre, and he linked it with Mukasa, didn't he? So yeah, against Arsenal, and there is the context of this being the fact that we just defended against Arsenal, so maybe it's not something to be overly concerned about. It's just because I can't get it out of my mind because I don't think I've ever seen this before. And again, if you saw my Arsenal analysis video, then you'll know what I'm about to say. I can get it on the screen, actually, can't I? Yes, I'm so good at being a creator. So this was against Arsenal. If it comes up on the screen, there it is. I don't think I've ever seen that before from City. To generate zero expected goals from one side of a game. Now, once again, against Arsenal, we were not really being very offensive, and that was by design, but still, we were able to generate, in relative terms, still a decent amount through the centre and even off that left side. Quite a lot through the centre, considering how penned in we were to a degree. I don't think I've ever seen that. Once again, I'm not saying that this is the be-all and end-all of everything. It's just something that I wanted to bring up and raise, because that's a little bit mad. I don't have the information for Huddersfield. Against Burnley, it was very similar. I think it was 0.03 against... I don't need the Arsenal one, do we? I think it was 0.03 against Burnley. So a very similar number of lack of offensive output. And yes, absolutely musty. It was Kusanov at right back. I don't expect him to do anything offensively. It was Bernardo as well. And against Burnley, there was the very unfortunate circumstance of actually the right side did generate a really good chance with Nunes to Bob, but Bob missed it, therefore the expected goals wasn't generated. So that's not going to be reflected in the data. So it's nowhere near as bad as, getting 0 every single game. I just wanted to raise it because it's something that's interesting visually, and I do think that it's sort of like it's just fascinating to me that we are 6 games in, and we've sort of already, if everyone sort of made, like, what's your, or rather, if we said, like, name some players right now. In fact, let's do that right now as a test. Offensive players, preferably, so from the mid, so don't include any defenders here, but from, like, the midfield up, so we're including, like, from Rodri all the way up to Haaland. How many players would you say are in the, like, undroppable category right now based off the past few games? So players who you're like, right, you must start against Brentford. That sort of vibe. I want everyone to list the players from the midfield to Haaland that you would regard as, like, undroppable right now. I'm not going to inform. I'm going to give my take on it. That's what I want everyone in the chat to do first. Whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to catch up and see what was missed. No, I don't want you to give me the numbers. Give me the names. Give me the names from Rodri up. Oh, another ladybird got caught in a spider web. Right. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go save this ladybird again. What are you doing, mate? Come here. Right. I'm such a good person. That's karma, guys. That's karma, which I don't believe in, but still. Get me. Anyway, as you guys are doing that, Shirky's plug and play. You call them ladybugs. That's reasonable. Just waiting for Nori, says Abanab. That would be lovely. Let's get all the ladies. Amazing. Waiting for Marmouche, but that won't be until the international break. Nori played 2 seconds in the Spurs game. Yes, indeed. With Bob, Savio, Shirky, I'm not worried long-term about creating opportunities from the right Nunes on the overlap against low block is fine, says Fenway. Phil Nunes doesn't understand when to support the winger and when to fall back, says Sam. Also, games are a weird one. Don't think that any takeaways from that we can use to predict the future. I don't disagree. It was indeed. Bernard isn't really a good right winger anymore. Yes. I've seen a lot of people suggest this. I don't like it. I don't like it. He's not. His right foot is only okay. Like, it's not terrible, but it's only okay. And I just don't know what. I don't think it's going to provide the offensive effect that we would see on the left, that we would see on the right. I feel like he played at right back or right wing back against City, and didn't he have the worst game ever? I might be making that up. I feel like that is a thing that happened. I feel like that's a thing that has happened. I don't like the idea of it personally. To be honest with you, I'd rather we just find another solution than play a left back or right back. TBH. Right, here we go. Doku, Haaland, Cavadio, Haaland, Doku, Foden, Rodri. Foden, Doku, Haaland. Right, okay. This is like what I was like fishing for. These sorts of plays. Now, that tells me that basically, when we're talking about like the offensive areas of the pitch, the left side is like a lock-in right now. You're not going to displace Doku. You're not going to displace Haaland. You're not going to displace Foden. They've been our 3 best players so far this season. You're obviously not going to play ahead of Rodri if Rodri is available. And then the rest of the positions are the defence. So that gives us 2 potential positions for Shirky to operate in, doesn't it? And that's, you would say, either, I guess technically you could move Foden over to right centre midfield, so technically Shirky left centre midfield, but let's be realistic. That would be right centre midfield, and that would be right wing. These have got to be the areas that he's attacking from a POV of how am I going to get into this side. That has to surely be a starting point. That's hopefully what I've established here, because these are the similar names. No, I didn't crush it. I saved it from the spider web. Why would I crush a little ladybird? I just don't want them eating ladybirds. Like flies, go for it, but ladybirds are cute. I don't want them. I don't want them doing that. And if we're including Reinders into that, then there really is only one option. And if we're saying that Foden is like a lock-in, then there's no way that I would be happy with Shirky Foden off ball in midfield. I would be very concerned about that. Even though I'm very happy with the concept of Foden being in there, I don't think that Shirky should be in there at the same time. I think if you're going to have Shirky in the centre off ball, then that would have to be supported by probably like Rodri Nico, I would say. I don't even think I'd be happy with Rodri Reinders Shirky. I probably would only be happy with Rodri Nico Shirky, because even though I do like what Shirky can offer off ball, he is nowhere near as intense as I think would be required. It's also like not, from a central midfield starting point, it's not really the role that he operated in at Lyon. I don't think my mic's low. My mic's fine for me. My mic's fine for me. I'm in the orange area on my audio software, so I think I'm fine. Haaland, Doku, Foden, Rodri, Yoshko says Fenway, and to be fair, we can extend that even further. We can extend that even further, and like take it to left back and centre back as well. Right now, O'Reilly's the boy. Obviously, I think Cavazio starts every single time. And this is what I mean about the right wing dilemma, even though it's not really a dilemma, it's just more of like an interesting point of contention. City's right side, including the defence, one could even argue the midfield is up for grabs, because it's not like outside of his first game, Reinders has massively impressed for City. One could argue. That's the thing. It felt a bit sharp in the new video. Which one's that? City of everything. The Nobbins. I'll look into it. I haven't changed anything with my microphone. I haven't changed anything, so hopefully it's okay. I'll have a look into it. I don't think I changed any settings, though. So that'd be weird. That Steve annoyed me. Both own goals would have been GA for our player, but he just had to stick his leg out. I know her, but what a bitch. What a bastard. Who will start right wing against Monaco? I don't know if I don't know if Shirky is going to be able to start. That's the problem. I know he's come back into training, but is it going to be a step too far to, like, start him? I would suggest yes. And I'd probably opt for Savio. We will do like a full, like, Monaco, what will my starting 11 be later in the stream, just because, as I say, I'm not going to be doing a tactical preview of it. So we can definitely have a chat about that. Absolutely. Eric Dyer plays for Monaco. Like, I keep forgetting that is a thing. That's so weird. What a weird crossover. Why are you at Monaco, my guy? Stop it. Stop it. Do I see Marmish getting in this team, and in what position, says Luciano? It's probably going to have to be in place of Doku right now. Well, respect Nico G. Respect Nico G. Respect him. Respect him. Respect him. What was I saying? I was talking about the right wing, wasn't I? Just like building on the member video, because this extends beyond the right wing to right back, just building on like the member video that I addressed at the start of the stream. Livramento got a big injury as well. We're now talking about the long term. Short term, we're very limited. If you want to have an attacking right back, there's only one option we have at attacking right back right now, unless we trial a weird experiment with a left back playing at right back sort of vibe. Of like the players who have played at right back for City so far, we only have one real attacking right back option. The other one is more defensive. The other one's more inverting vibes. So short term, it's a thing. Longer term, I thought Tino was going to be the one, but that injury is a concern. What are the chances that City invest all that money into him now? Should we even do it, given the fact that he's seemingly picked up another big injury? He's already got a history of big injuries. The problem is that of all the ones I'm aware of anyway, and this is what I mean, like when people say, Nobbins, who do you pick as a right back? I don't know, but City should know because they're being paid a lot of money to scout players. So this is what I've been able to gather based on chatting to people who like to analyze footballers and such. Basically, all of the options that City have are like projects. There's not many ready-made options. The only one is Hakimi, who has like a legal issue going on right now. So is that even a viable thing? I don't know enough about it, but almost definitely not. There's not many realistic, ready-made, elite right-back options out there. Like, Timber would be perfect, but Arsenal are never going to let him go, and he's probably never going to want to leave Arsenal either. Trent, who's just joined Real Madrid. It seems pretty slim pickings in the elite world. So I think we sort of have to bank on banking on a younger player. Someone who could become elite. Indeed, Fenway. Yeah, as I say, I don't know enough about it, but it sounds pretty grim if it is indeed true. So it may well be that City do have to take a little bit of a punt and a gamble, and I don't know if that's going to lend itself to a January signing. So I think I've basically accepted now, like with that injury, I've accepted that we're not going to be getting a right back in Jan, and we are going to have to basically wait this season out and then see what the landscape is in the summer. So like all of these players that are being named at right back, all of these younger options who are either like late teens or even early 20s, I think we're just going to have to wait to see which one is going to be the most viable option therein. Because I can't see this ready-made elite option that's out there. I don't know if they exist now. I thought that Tino was going to be like that perfect balance. I actually don't know who the answer is. In fairness, I do not know. That's not to say they aren't out there. I'd like to think there is one out there, but I certainly don't know who that player is necessarily. So if there isn't one who is already ready-made and elite and available, because that's the key, isn't it? They've also got to be available. Then I think it then needs to become a question of, right, who can become one? And that might just be about waiting it out until the end of the season. And then, as I say, saying like, right, you had a season which could be elite, blah, 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 that sort of thing. I don't know, really. Marmoush should play right wing, says Doctor. I don't know if that is going to help our right wing situation, though, because Marmoush has never really played that well off the right for City. He never really played there for Frankfurt. I think he played there on his... Who was the club he was at before Frankfurt? Was it Werder Bremen? Or Gladbach? I think it was one of those two. I think he played there on his debut, like touchline right wing, but I don't think he's ever really necessarily played there. Was it Wolfsburg? Sorry. So I don't think that's a thing. Wolfsburg, thank you guys. I just get Martin Fernandez says Ariman. Yeah, he's one of the names that's certainly being listed. We had a whole stream on him, didn't we? Just like having a look at his very interesting creative data. And it would, whichever right back City go for, I think it would. I would like to see a right back who has illustrated a degree of offensive capabilities. That's what I would like to see, probably. If either Casavo Nunes picks up a long-term injury, we'll have to sign someone in Jan. Otherwise, I'm okay waiting, given lack of options, says Fenway. And I think the injuries made me decide that I'm going to have to be fine with waiting. Based on what I'm aware of, anyway. But yes, let's get that Burnley right back looked all right. He did fine against Doku, didn't he? Yeah, so on El Hilali, I don't know anything about him outside of Alex Barker, Euro expert, recommended him, and I trust his judgment. What Alex did say about him, though, was that he's a right back who's got very strong defensive numbers, but isn't necessarily very good going forward, so would need to be coached into doing that, which isn't necessarily a problem. It's sort of right back the time after I want there to be more of a evidence of having this offensive skill set already in hand. Preferably both. Monaco have a depleted squad. This is good news. Kamara, Zakaria, Golovin, Bamba are all out. Pogba's not yet fit. Yeah, I forgot Pogba even... Oh my god, I've just looked at FootMob. Yeah, I forgot that Paul Pogba even existed. Yeah, you're right. There's no Bamba, no Zakaria, Kamara, Pogba, Golovin. That guy's on international duty. That's insane. There we go. Yeah, we'll say thank you, guys. Big up to Zaya, by the way, the latest Ultra. I like the idea of getting one. There's great defensive has the potential. That's fair, Zayad. I would like a bit of both. I'm not going to answer your question if you keep spamming. I'm not going to answer your question if you keep spamming. You'll just get timed out. That's what I'm hoping for, Fenway. That's what I'm hoping for. The one who I'm going to do a scouting mission, and I'll report back when I'm done. I'm going to go back and watch every single Porto game this season. Partly to take a look at Martin Fernandes, but Costa is a player who I'm interested in. Alberto Costa. We did a member-only video on him yesterday. Caveat, caveat, caveat. Not seen enough of him. But from what I have seen, and from the underlying numbers, he looks really, really interesting. He's already got, I think, 5 assists in 4 games. And they're not like fluky assists either. Like, I've seen them, like, they're good crosses that he's been putting in. One of them was a shot that then hit his teammate, which I guess would have counted as a goal. So that was a little bit fluky as an assist. But that was destined to be a goal. He just happened to shoot it and it hit his teammate. But he's already got like a lot of assists. Like, so yesterday, I can't remember who Porto were playing. Martin Fernandes started. He got double yellow carded. Costa came on and he got an assist. So I'm going to have to do some watching, because I watched Porto last season, obviously, because of Nico and Costa, the goalkeeper, but I've not seen enough of Costa, the right back. The only game I've played, the only game I saw Costa play was when he was for Juventus against us, and he wasn't very good. Juventus sold him like after half a season, so I was like, oh, that's a bit concerning. But I looked online, and lots of Juventus fans were very angry at that sale. They were very angry. And as I say, based on his underlying numbers, Costa looks good. His 1v1 defending looks strong. His offensive work looks very good. He's in the top 1% for like take-ons, by the way. I feel like that's a bit insane. So based on the very little I know about him, he could be very fun. He could be very fun. That's my mission. Probably this week, I'll be looking at I'll be watching all the Porto games from this season, and I will report back on whether that's a potentially viable option for City to maybe fix this right side, because we do have a right wing option in Savio who can just play out there on his own without too much support. Ideally not purely on his own, but he can play as a sort of touchline winger. Doesn't mean like you're totally isolated all on your own, but he can play as his touchline winger off the right side, Savio. I truly don't think Bob can do that long term. I don't think He hasn't got... I don't think he's got the physicality to do that. He's going to have to long term be this interior player. I don't see him being a viable option for City long term right now. You can do it in the right environment, but I would rather he play off the right and have a proper right back to support him. And then you are after Savio, unless you talk about moving Doku to the right, which I don't know why we'd want to move him from his amazing position right now. You are looking at players who can work on the touchline. They can, but they're going to be so much better if they have the proper support behind them. And that's when, right now, the only option we have is Nunes to do that. Which is... not ideal. Not ideal. I said in the summer I don't want Nunes to be my only attacking right-back option. And here we are. And here we are. Yeah, lots of people have suggested him, Ravi. I've not watched a single minute of Monaco, so I'm not going to comment on Van der Sar. The first Monaco I'll be watching will be tomorrow. And lots of people have said Van der Sar. I'm intrigued as to where the Vanderson stuff came from, because all of a sudden everyone just said it. That's great. I can't comment. I can't comment. Doku should be sold. No, Ali, that's not rage bait. That was one of the comments from Ask Nobbins. I'm just repeating a question that was asked in the thing, because the question before that was, what's Doku's best position? Some people saying his best position is being sold. I'm just addressing the comments, you know? Watch Benfica. Never tell me what to do again. Never tell me what to do again, Musty, yeah? You little bastard. The Bosnian geezer. Is that the player Musty was talking about? I watched Porto, can highly recommend. You should take a look. Yes, I've been told about For a Hope by Danny. Tell me, Herbal. Tell me about Costa. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Should I be as excited as I am, or am I barking up the wrong tree? I like the idea of Martin Fernandez, but I was just a bit concerned that was he too young, or was he too raw defensively? Let me know what you think. Dumfries not out. I don't think that's the case in big September 2025. I don't reckon that's the thing. I don't reckon that's a thing. Martin Fernandez is very good. I think he lacks decision making, and he's not really a great defender. Yeah, I mean the offensive numbers are mental, and that's what we looked at in the stream. His expected assists were mental, but his volume of defensive actions isn't great, which isn't necessarily a problem, but it is the case. Whereas you look at Costas and it's like, ooh, more of a balance? Question mark. What do you think about Costa though, Herbal? Alberto Costa, what do you think about him? Have you seen Porto this season? What do you think about Alberto Costa? He's mogged Martin Fernandez, yeah? Forcing him to play at left back. Yeah? He did, to be fair. I'm watching the last episode today, Musty. I'm watching the last episode today. Phone 2 games sold, never takes a gift to the neck. Yeah, I know. That's my boy, Phil. Sarnia left wing, Sterling right wing was the best pairing we've seen in the Pep system at City. Both could shield the ball on the stronger foot at pace and shoot quickly. Marmoush is perfect for this right wing. Needs to try it. But he's never played well at right wing, Doctor, so I don't know what that's based on. He's never really played well at right wing or has played there extensively in his career, so I don't know why you're so... I don't know why you're so adamant that he can do that. It's not necessarily a thing, is it? Invest in a right wing, aka Elise, maybe. Apparently his injury is as bad as they're expected. Yeah, that's horrible. Can I make videos on the academy? I don't really have time, to be honest, City of everything. To do the academy as well as everything else. You also say Phones and Touchball are based on this form, yes. He's been amazing, but Shirky's an objectively better creator that could challenge for the 10. Okay, I'm going to challenge something here. I don't like your use of language here, and I'm going to be anal here with my English. The 10. That's a poor use of that determiner. Because City don't have to play with the 10. They can play with 2 10s, aka he can challenge for a 10 position. I'm challenging that language. There is no the 10 in a City or Pep system. When we've played 2, we played 3 10s against Burnley. Not the. There is no the 10 in a Pep side when he's played 2 or even 3 at times. Yeah, I am challenging that use of language. I think it matters, to be fair. I think it matters. Fernandez is a couple of years. What, Costa? Costa looks very good still early days, but this guy could be the real deal. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Herbal, yeah? I'm going to look at the games and I'll report back. I've been really interested. I've watched every single one of his 1v1 actions, and he won every single one of them, in fairness, based off the ones I've seen. So I'm intrigued, lads. The only problem is he's only had 1 season of top flight experience, and that was last season. And I think he started it with Vittoria for the first half of the season. He moved to Juventus for half a year, and then has come to Porto. So the issue is that they're all either young and or inexperienced, if that makes sense. Jed Spence, I think he's only fine for me. Zaki, he's only fine. He's not the sort of player I don't think he'll evolve into this like elite right back option, to be honest with you. How do you get time to follow this Portuguese league? Well, I haven't yet, Adash, but that's what I'm going to make it my mission to do so, to watch some Porto. Come back to this video when Marmish right wing is a thing. I've no idea what this statement is trying to do. Is that some sort of arbitrary claim of fact? We can all make bold claims and then not have them addressed. Like, I don't know what we're doing. There's not going to be any what's the term? There's not going to be any fallback or blowback, whatever the term is for that. We will forget it in like 5 minutes time. There's no consequence. Chill. Shaky back. He's back in training. He's back in training. Definitely. Definitely. We'll just go back in time, bring back younger Kyle Walker. That would be ideal. Right now, the system we're running will play of 1-10, but that's not even necessarily true though. Reinders has been playing more advanced. That's not true. It's not true. And again, you can just have Reinders slightly deeper and play Shirky off the right, and then have him move into one of the 10 positions. It's not hard. It's not hard. Again, if your starting point, Hoodie, is Foden or Shirky, you've lost me. And I'm not interested in entertaining the conversation, because it's not one or the other. That's a bad starting point. That's the anti-starting point. Not the uncool starting point, the anti-starting point. There's no way that Pep looks at those two players and goes, oh God, which one? Can you imagine if that was the choice between Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva? Oh my God, which one do I pick? That's never the decision. Never the decision. Can Rico play right wing? Not based off precedent. Not based off precedent. Monaco. I know nothing about Monaco. When was the last time I watched a Monaco game? I don't know. What's the team going to be for City? Shall we go to my tactics board and make a team, chat? Shall we do that? Shall we do that together? This is going to show Burnley, but don't worry about it, yeah? Rico can play wide right wing. Not based off precedent, he can't. Not based off precedent. He played there against Southampton and he was shit, I'm afraid to say. You get me. When did Marmoush play right wing at Frankfurt? Because I watched nearly every single one of his games at Frankfurt and I don't remember him ever playing there. I don't remember him ever playing there as a pure right winger. Mainly because Frankfurt didn't even tend to play with right wingers when Marmoush was there. They normally played a back five, so they played wing backs. If you ain't starting Phillips, I don't want to know. Clark, shut up. I watch a bit of Monaco. They're not exactly doing great. I think they're fourth in the league. Can't underestimate them. Let's have a look, shall we? Because once again, so this is sort of like a. This is like a live preview, innit? So let's do that. What I would tend to do is watch the game. I don't have that luxury right now. But let's have a look at their past form. Let's have a look at their past games. Let's have a look at where they are on the table. So, I know they got battered against Bruges. I remember that happening. Yeah, they're currently fourth. So they've won 4, lost 2. So they're doing better than us. They've conceded 10 goals in the league. They scored 14. How many? So they've scored the most in the league, but they've conceded the most of the top 8, and they are fourth. So that smells like. Oh, yeah, don't worry about the fact that Burnley are on the screen, chat. Don't worry about the fact that Burnley are on the screen. I've not prepared this. This is just like my Burnley. This is my Burnley tactics board. Don't ignore the Burnley. Ignore the Burnley. Go and check now. He played at least 10 games there. How can I check now? I can't go and watch 10 games of Frankfurt, TT. What are we doing here? I can't go back and watch the games right now. I can't even watch a fucking Monaco game right now. I can't watch 10 of Frankfurt. What's happening? What are we doing? Of the games I watched, I did not see him play right wing once. Again, Monaco. Frankfurt played with a back five, right wing back. He may have started off the right, like as one of the second strikers. I ain't never seen him play as a pure right winger. It was basically always as one of the two strikers up front. And I don't get how he would have played a right wing, considering that Frankfurt nearly exclusively played with wing backs. I don't really get where right wing's coming from. I've not seen enough of him at right wing to say that I'm happy with him playing at right wing. Until I see it for City, I'm not going to recommend it. Monaco. Lost against Lorient recently. Jesus, they got battered. Lost against Bruges, got battered. Beat Auxerre, who are a bit shit. Auxerre, sorry. I know how to pronounce that now. Lost to Lille. Idiots. Big up to Olivier Giroud. And yeah, they got battered by Bruges. Now, that was away. That was away. But it was a bit of a battering. So, let's have a look at their lineups. Who did they have? Well, you guys said a lot of these players aren't actually going to be available. So I guess it's not me. I guess it's a bit meaningless having a look at them. I can't really base anything off how I think Monaco are going to play, because I don't know how they're going to play. So I can't really base my preview off. I normally like to base it off what I think the opponents are going to do. I'm looking at them based on what people have told me. Vanderson's a good right back. Minamino is a player for them. He exists. Eric Dyer is a player who exists. Can we pin Haaland onto him, maybe? That could be fun. But yeah, I won't claim to know anything about any of the other players. So let's just focus on ourselves right now. What do we have here? So let's just get the lineup for the most recent game in check, just so we can compare and contrast. So this was the Burnley game, guys. This was the Burnley game. We had off ball 4-3-3, Reinders off the right, Foden off the left. Monaco all just remember that guy when he played on that other team plays. Yeah, literally. So let's have a think about this. I think we also have to account for the fact that we have a very challenging Premier League game coming up. A very challenging game coming up. Away against Brentford. Now, thankfully, it isn't Thomas Frank's Brentford, and they don't have Mbumo, but they're still a challenging opponent, and we play them on Sunday. So I guess there is a decent gap, to be fair. Wednesday to Sunday is not terrible, is it? Wednesday to Sunday isn't terrible. Yeah, big up 16-17 Monaco. Was that the last time we played them? I feel like it may have been. My God, what was the team that day? I know what it was for City. What was it for Monaco? They'd have had Mendy. They'd have had Fabinho. They'd have had Mbappe. They'd have had Bernardo Silva. Falcao. Would he have been there? Well, I know he started the first leg. I don't know if he started the second leg. Maybe Lamar. Did they have him as well? Crazy team. Bakayoko. Yeah, Lamar, Ariaman, definitely Bakayoko as well, for sure. I feel like Bakayoko was the only player from that Monaco side that got a big transfer and was shit. All the other players who got a big transfer were really good. Like Fabinho, Bernardo Silva. Well, Mendy got injured, wasn't his fault necessarily. Mbappe, obviously. Bakayoko, big transfer to Chelsea. Failure. He was the reason they got knocked out as well, by the way. Yeah, so we do have a decent gap. Now, I am not going to... So this is going to sort of be what I want to do / what I think Pep will do. We got 9 out of 11 correct last time, by the way. We're on a bit of a roll. We got 11 out of 11 and then 9 out of 11. We're doing all right. And it would have been 10 if bloody Rodri wasn't injured, the little prick. So, you know, that happened. Speaking of Rodri, Oh, and speaking of like count, pay rent, guys. There's over 200 people here, and we're not even on 115 likes. This is not good enough. You're going to get evicted. Pay rent. Leave a like on the video. Yeah? Pay your like rent. I am going to predict, and I'm going to hope that Nico starts, because if Rodri, let's say Rodri can only start one game, Monaco or Brentford, I want him to start against Brentford. I don't want to risk Rodri, even though he's back in training. I don't think I want to risk him. Wait, Shoki's not travelling. Is that confirmed? That's a massive L. He was back in training. Oh, I wasn't going to predict him to start anyway, but still. So I'm going to have Nico play. And I guess we're sort of limited on other options, aren't we, in respect of the midfield? If I don't want Rodri to start, and I don't, and if Kovacic isn't even an option, and if Shirky isn't even an option, I guess Bernardo Silva is an option, actually, and maybe this makes sense. Do we actually give Foden a rest and play Bernardo Reinders? Yeah, but I think Bernardo might start, you know, Musty. He might do. I'm going to predict Bernardo to start. I don't know if that's going to mean, like, Foden doesn't play, but I'm going to predict that. So I'm definitely going to have... Who am I going to definitely have? I'm definitely having Haaland. I haven't decided on my wide players yet. I've definitely decided on Nico Bernardo. Definitely Don. Definitely O'Reilly. Would Diaz be given a rest? For a cheeky John appearance? Maybe. Maybe like Lewis given a go at right back, because I feel like he hasn't started that many games this season. That could be a thing. What do you guys reckon? Feel like Trafford starting? Really? Oh, that is interesting. Nothing on City Extra about Shirky not travelling. Last update was he's back in training. Oh, okay. Bernardo, Quintus says Bernardo on the right. O'Reilly's due for a rest, says Fireborn. I think the problem is the only other option you'd have is Ake, because we know Aït-Nouri's not available. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to start Ake. I would like to give him a rest, because you're right, he started a lot. He started a lot of matches. I don't know, though. I'm going to predict O'Reilly to start, because there is still a decent gap Wednesday to Sunday, and then there's the international break. So I'm going to do that. I am going to say that Stones is going to start, just because I don't see him starting against Brentford, but I do think he probably needs to start before the international break. So I am going to do that. I'm not sure on my right back. I tell you what, I'm going to leave the right back, because that's going to be informed by whoever I play at right wing. If I play Savio at right wing, I'm not going to predict Lewis to start. I'm not going to predict Nunes to start at right back, for example. That's how I'm going to predict that. Guys, what's your out of possession midfield three? Predictions. What we thinking? I'm not going to predict Rodri personally. You can feel free to predict Rodri if you so desire. I'm not predicting Rodri to start, because he had pain in his knee, and I don't know if it makes sense to... I know he's back in training, but does it make sense to start him? Just like give Nico another start. Give him a run in the side. That seems fine to me. We need to trust in Nico right now. I don't think anyone's even done a prediction yet, Eric. So I don't know where that's come from. Bernardo Reinders, Nico G, says Fenway. Nico Bernardo Reinders. Nico Bernardo Kova. I don't think Kova's an option, though, is he? I know he's back in training, but is he going to start? Do you guys reckon Kova would start? I don't know what his fitness situation is. I didn't think he was ready to start. Could do Nico Bernardo Foden for midfield, Bob off the right wing. He's flown with them. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting, to be fair. I still don't think he's starting, but it's interesting that he's there, I guess. Me, you, and LB. Nico Kova Nunes. What an insane midfield that would be. Oh, what an insane midfield that would be. Nico G always has stats at the end of the game, but when you see him playing, it's like, meh. I think that's harsh, Clark. I don't think he's ever had a properly bad game for City. I think we're going to have to back him. I like the... Has Reinders... What games has Reinders not started this season? Is it only the Huddersfield game? Is this guy due a rest at some point? I feel like that's quite right. He's only not started Huddersfield. When does this guy need a rest? I feel like he should probably be getting a rest at some point. If he isn't tired, play him, says Herbal. Reasonable conclusion. Reasonable conclusion. This is the issue. We obviously don't, as fans, we don't know the fitness situation, do we? Rico, Nico, Reinders. I guess we could play Rico in midfield. If we wanted to give like Reinders a rest, there is a world where you could have like Lewis there. Is that midfield too frail though? It's got a lot of running in it. I don't know this is the problem. I don't know enough about Monaco. I don't know how much of a threat they are. I don't know. I'm thinking that a way of like getting Lewis minutes whilst not popping him at right back, you could do that. What do you reckon? What happened to Foden? Nothing's happened. I'm just... I don't know. This is malleable, guys. I can be convinced. I don't know what the team's going to be. Monaco lost against Bruges 4-1. They did. Savio, Nunes, O'Reilly, Foden, Bob, Mukasa, Lewis. I'm not going to predict Mukasa to start. They're dangerous in transition, says Sushi. Okay, that's good information. If you guys have any information about Monaco, then let me know. That would be interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to lock in Doku to start as well because he's on a mental roll. I'm not going to be dropping Doku right now. And he seems to be fine. He's not had any injuries this season, as I understand it. He's not really had any fitness concerns. I don't have a problem there. I've not decided on midfield yet. I don't know. I think I have decided Bernardo is going to start. I just don't know where. Could he start off the right instead? Fatty plays for Monaco. He does indeed. Expensive to live there. Yeah, thank you for that insight, Ariman. I love that from you. I put Gavardio left back, says Moneybag. Okay, interesting. Bernardo in central midfield. Let's go with that then, shall we? Let's assume that Bernardo plays there. Is Brentford a bigger threat than Monaco right now? Brentford's a far more important game. Yeah, definitely. Brentford's a much more important game than Monaco away. Like, I'm not being funny. One's in the Premier League, one's in a Champions League group stage game. Yeah, literally. Yanko, I don't want Bernardo on the right. Yeah, I mean, post 2023, that's basically everyone in it. Can Mukasa start? I don't think that the Champions League is a game to be starting him unless it's against like Slavia Prague or Bratislava, that sort of vibe. In it, Ultimate, yeah. We can afford to drop points in the Champions League right now. We can't afford to drop points against Brentford. That's a madness. So you better believe that my brain is more so on the Brentford game right now. More so on that. I'd like someone to be rested at some point. I'm going to do... Speaking not resting anyone, I feel like I'm going to do that, maybe. Yeah. Oh, this is what I'm gonna predict, chat. I'm gonna say the Savio starts 3 games in a row. This is my predicted team. Off ball. I'm gonna say but am I gonna predict Foden to not start though? Ooh. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna predict Foden to be rested. Why not? And for him to come on the pitch. I'm gonna say this because I think that Bernardo will start. I think the Savio will start. What does it look like on ball? Let's see what we can make here. So this is a right side that actually makes a bit more sense than Nunes Savio. Lewis Savio makes a little bit more sense. So I'm going to have Lewis tucking in there. We're going to back to this shit. Yeah? We're going to back to this shit. double inverting fullback vibes. Yeah? It's going to be It's going to be the Wolves effect. That's the setup I'm gonna predict. That's the setup I'm going for. So 2-3-5. It's how we beat Wolves. It's the exact same midfield actually. Reinders, Nico, Bernardo. It's the exact same front five. Well, no, it's not the same front five because it's not Bob, but it's Savio, who's a better right outlet, I would argue. There we go. And you can always still have this situation where, like, Bernardo drops, O'Reilly pushes up, that allows Doku to come in centrally. That's what I'm going to predict / run for Monaco. That's sort of like a little bit off the cuff sort of vibes. And I'm not starting Foden. And I guess you could. And I suppose if Foden did start, like, where would he play? He might play instead of Reinders, for example. But I think that's pretty chill. This bomb squad midfield got obliterated by Brighton, but it beat Wolves, you know, so, you know, give and take. You get what I mean? I think that's fine. If this can't do well against Monaco, then I think we're in room for a world of trouble, aren't we, really? Room for a world of trouble. There's not too much rotation going on here. There's the centre back's changed, the right back's changed, and their midfielders changed. It's only 3. Is it 3 changes? Is it 3 changes from the most recent game? It's not that much different, is it? It's the same front 3. Most of the midfield is the same. Most of the defense is the same. It's only 3 changes. If that team doesn't beat Monaco, then, as I say, we have concerns. We have big problems. The only thing I change is Bob in for Savio to JFL Sports. That would work as well. I just want to give Savio like a couple of games in a row. You know what I mean? I want to give him a couple games in a row. With the way Hall and Adoko are in form, I think we should still be fine, says Fenway. You can always make change. Like, you can always bring on Bob. You can always bring on Foden as well. That's a thing, isn't it? Could play O'Reilly 8. I don't really like O'Reilly in midfield compared to when he plays as a left back. His best games have been at full back. Whenever he's played in midfield, like, he's always looked a bit concerned. Foden needs to start. He needs the momentum. Has he not already got the momentum? Who do you take out for him then? What would you do? Or rather, what would you think Pep would do? I guess that's the question, isn't it? If we want to go back to... Actually, let's take it back. What was the team versus Napoli? Let's make that our starting point, maybe. Let's make that our starting point. So it was... well, we'll obviously have to change this because Kasav's injured. We had Diaz. We had O'Reilly. Well, we had Rodri, but are we all basically assuming that Rodri's not going to start because of fitness? Can I assume that? Like, am I allowed to take that as read that Rodri's definitely not going to start because we don't even know his fitness situation? Can I take it as read that he's not starting? Okay, great. So, that's something that we can't control, isn't it? So this was the team against Napoli outside of the Rodri point that we've just addressed. So to be fair, again, the team that I suggested has, and one of those changes is enforced, the team that I suggested only has 2 changes to that team. I don't think that's that far-fetched, really. The right back has to change because Kusanov can't play. So that's a given. I thought it might be nice to give Stones a game. And then the only change I made was bringing in Savio and then moving over Bernardo. But let's take this as a thing. So let's pop... Because Kusanov was more so used as a right winger in that game. So let's say that the closest alternative to that is going to be Nunez. And it worked like that, I think. I didn't do a post-match analysis, so I I can't fully remember in my head. I think this is how it worked. No, that's how it was off ball, I'm pretty sure. I think that's how it was off ball against Napoli. For those first 20 minutes, anyway. And then on ball, you had Bernardo shifting out there in more like the second half. As I say, Kusanov was the main thing there. So if we have this team, then what would Pep do? He might play Nunes as a right centre back again. He'd do that sort of vibe. Drop Nico. Nunes in this sort of like hybrid role. Doku out there, that's fine. And then they can swap. So you'd have Foden right of centre. Maybe like that. Maybe that sort of thing. If you want to be more conservative, you could do like that. It's like a 3-2 instead of like a 2. Rotations are a thing. What do you reckon, guys? Is that looking a bit healthier? The only problem is I'm not resting anyone. And I sort of wanted to rest someone. Do you think El Hilali is the best option for right back spots? Not watch any Espanol, so I can't comment, Nelson. Can't comment. Is it possible to have a system that can accommodate Foden / Shirky, Ryan's Rodri, Nico all playing together? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. That's chill. We need to monitor Ryan and Gavardio in terms of needing rests. Yeah. Lads, why are you still going on about Marmish right wing? It's over, bro. We've moved on. Never watch Espanol, most boring shit ever, yeah, Fez. This could work. We just have to hope to get the game settled by the 60th to 65th minute to allow for subs. This is why I'm a little bit concerned. He's played a lot of ball. He's played a lot of the football. I want to give him a rest. I would like to do that. But if we're saying that Rodri's not starting, and if we're saying that Kova can't start, the only option becomes Lewis. Instead of Reinders, really. That's really the only option. The biggest problem with starting Doku, Hull and Foden would mean we don't have any difference makers coming off the bench. Again, very good point. Very good point. Sort of why I wasn't against having Foden on the bench. So he could potentially be that guy. Because you are right, if you have all your offensive assets on the pitch and it's not working, what are you going to do to break the game? What are you going to do to break the game? I actually don't know what the answer is. So maybe this is me. Okay. This is what I'm going to predict. This is what I'm going to predict Pep to do. This group of players. It might not work entirely like this. But this is going to be the personnel I'm going to predict. What I would do, I do think that players need rests. So I would probably, I might rest Gavardio, for example, and pop in Ake. I'd have Savio start again, and I'd rest Foden. Doku, come over here, mate. There you go. Was this the team I had before? Some bullshit like this? Some bullshit? Or something like that. I'd have Lewis. That's what I do. 2-3 vibes. 2-3 vibes, you get me. You think John and Ruben? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe he can play a left centre-back. I would not be against that. Good point. Yeah. Even though fucking Diaz always plays left centre-back, but whatever. Yeah. Look at that. And if you need to, you can't bring on Kusanov. You can bring on Foden. You can bring on Bob. You can bring on Nunes if you want to change structure. Now there's some offensive options on the bench as well. To play the mighty Burnley. I mean Monaco. Yeah? This is what I'm going to run. Would I have Roger travel? I'd have him travel, but, you know, probably wouldn't have him start. If he's able to come on at some point, that'd be kind of cute. That'd be kind of cute. That'd be kind of cute. Guys, we're still not at 115 likes. We're still got over 200 people watching. What's going on? Pay rent. Leave a like on the video. No room for Calvin Phillips. He's just not good at football, Fireborn. Sadly. Like, he's dumb. He's done. Yeah, if we can take off Reinders at some point, that would be great. Just don't know. As much as I've been having a go at the concept of keeping Kovacic, the fact that we haven't really been able to rest Reinders of late is a bit upsetting. That's why I would ideally like to rest him. And maybe that's when you can do this instead, actually. But this is probably too far the other way. This is now too weak, I would say. Don't see his cameo against Huddersfield. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty horrendous. Was it not? Play Calvin with the power of friendship. Has Calvin Phillips even been registered in our Champions League squad? Can I find that out? Man City Champions League squad. No room for Ryan. Well, they're not going to be able to start, are they? Shirky's not going to start, is he? Sorry. He's not going to be able to, I don't think. What is this? This is our squad. Okay. Yeah, he's not in the squad. He's not in the squad, guys. Macassa's in the squad. Big up to him. Mafuni's in the squad. Big up to him. Yeah, there's room for 4. There is room for Jack Wint. I've never heard of him before. 18-year-old goalkeeper. Jack Wint is in the Champions League squad. We have 5 goalkeepers in our Champions League squad. Still no room for Calvin Phillips. That tells you all you need to know about what we think of him. It's Kun's squad, shut up. Yeah, so that is a thing, and that is done. That's done, Ari Phillips. It's a thing. Cool. There you go. So we very briefly previewed Monaco. We will be doing a watch along of it tomorrow. So make sure to tune in for that. No idea about how they play. You guys said they're dangerous in transition. They look like a very attacking team, but also like a very defensively suspect team. So this might be one with lots of goals in it. Lots of attacks for both sides. So maybe it is better to err on the side of caution, but I don't know. If you're going to rotate before the international break, it should be the Monaco game, and it shouldn't be the Brentford game. Yeah, I know. I've seen Monaco's manager's name. That is mental. That is definitely intentional. I'm not being funny. Why would you do that? Why? That is definitely intentional. Come on. Your parents are a bit fucked in the head, Adolf. Sort it out, mate. Sort it out. He was born in 1970 as well, so it's not like it wasn't in recent memory. It's like less than 30 years ago, for God's sake. Yeah, what are your score predictions, guys? What are your score predictions for Monaco? I'm going to predict City to win, obviously. I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1. Because it is away from home. It is away from home. I'm going to say Monaco will score 1 in transition because you guys said that they're dangerous on the break. I'm going to go 2-1. 7-0. First. 4-0, 5-0, 3-1, 3-1, 2-0, 2-0, 4-0. We love that. 2-0 and a Donnarumma clean sheet. Beautiful. 6-0. 2-0 with a brace. He's not in the squad. He's not in the squad. Has rent been paid? No, it hasn't been paid. We're still not at 115 by my reckoning. Come on, guys. Pay rent. Leave a like. Come on. What are you playing at? Sort it out. Sort it out. Well, Foden hat-trick. Nice. Look at their recent matches. Monaco. We have. They got battered by Bruges. They lost to Lorient. They battered... Who was that team? Is that Metz? Yeah, it is. Lost away, won at home, lost away, won at home, lost away, won at home. They're strong at home then. They haven't dropped points at home this season. And they are at home. They beat Le Havre, who are a bit shit. They beat Strasbourg. And they beat Metz. Where are all those teams in the table? Strasbourg are fifth. It's not. No, it wasn't a shit game. Metz are bottom of the table, so I would expect them to beat them. But Strasbourg are no jokers, seemingly. On the same points as them. Interesting. Exactly, Thunder. Big up to you, mate. I saw this. Yeah, that's mad for a player who's not creative. In fairness, man, that's mad for a player that's not creative. Yeah, exactly. I know, Thunder. Like, what's going on? Hall embrace. Oh, we'd love to see that. No, I mean the relevant events of which that name might be concerning were less than 30 years ago. They are, but they've also like had some really weird games. Again, getting beaten by Lorient, who are 13th, for example, getting battered by Bruges, conceding 10 goals, which is more than anyone in the top 8. They've only got a goal difference of +4. It's quite funny. Have they drawn this season? Have they even drawn this season? Hello? Where are they at? Where are they at? Come back here. Come back here, Monaco, you little swines. They've not drawn a game yet this season. They've won, they've lost, they've won, they've won, they've lost, they've won, they've lost. Weird. Monaco kicks you if you try anything. Brilliant. Brilliant. They're a good side, but they have weaknesses in defence. So do we, says Herbal. We're going to have a lot of the ball, so we're going to be able to test their defence a lot more. Yeah? We're going to test their defence. If they haven't played PSG yet, I have no idea what their results mean relative to Premier League caliber competition. Yeah. The only sort of like, well, the only European competition that we can compare it to is losing 4-1 against Bruges. Really. And let's be honest, that was 4-0, but for like a 91st minute nothing goal. Yeah, this will be good. I'm going to be on Vanderson scouting because lots of people have been saying he's a good player and that City should be buying him. So I will be watching him with a keen eye. Because he's not really got the wiggle room of players like Costa, Fernandez, Santos, Reed, all these younger players. He's going to be 25 in June, so next year. So he's 24 now. So he really should already be at a high level. Not this, oh, he could become elite. Like, I need to be seeing those signs right now. So it'll be a good game to see. Up against Doku as well. Up against Doku, that will be a really good challenge. That will be a really good test. Thank you, Sarah. Love that from you. Great, great profile picture with your Fiat. I don't think so, Natish. I don't think that he's able to. We battered the mighty Bruges 2-1. Exactly. So therefore, by comparison logic, we are superior. Seems when we play like we did against Arsenal and purposely have none of the ball. Yeah, chill. E-Ink wants Reed in the summer. Not seen any Feyenoord, so I can't comment on Reed. I know he's highly regarded, but don't know anything about him. He can play both left and right, so he might end up facing our right wing. Ooh. Well, I really wanted to see him up against Doku, because that's the challenge, isn't it? That is the test. That will separate the men from the boys. You get me? That will separate them. We will be playing South Park tonight. I've looked. Aren't the games tonight wank? Not being funny. Aren't they wank? Oh no, I was going to say Barca PSG, but that's tomorrow. What even are the games today? Atalanta Bruges. Ugh. Kairat versus Real Madrid. Ugh. Madrid versus Frankfurt. Ugh. Bodo Glimt versus Spurs. It's sort of interesting, but not really. Chelsea Benfica. Galatasaray Liverpool. Inter Slavia Prague. Marseille Ajax. That's one for the hipsters. That could be interesting. Paphos Bayern. No, I'm not watching any of those games tonight, to be very honest. Tomorrow, Barca PSG. Dortmund Athletic Club. Monaco City. That's a better game. That's a better day, isn't it? That's a better. And this time they haven't got any Thursday Champions League games. Good. Why were there last time, little pricks? We're playing South Park on Twitch tonight, E-Ink, 7 p.m. Be there or be an idiot. No, right back in the wood, stopping Doku right now. Took Arsenal 5 defenders, and best they could do is foul him. That's why it would be a good test, Fenway. How can you deal with him? Can you deal with him? I've gone for 2-1, E-Ink. 2-1. Tentative, cautious. Liverpool versus Sane, Gundo. Yeah. Is Singo fit to play versus us? Oh, Singo. That's my boy. Yeah, that is work. Yeah, so it's Twitch. In fact, we can... Musty, can you do the Twitch command in the chat, please? We will be live tonight, 7 p.m. on the Twitch, playing some South Park. The next game after this, I think, after we've done South Park, is probably going to be Football Manager. So make sure to join us for that also. Listen to the Nobbot, guys. Click that link. Follow the Twitch. We'll be live tonight. We're live every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. Osman Sane, Gundo to bully, Ping Pong, Van Disney, and Kornate. I don't know. Ping Pong is a weird name for Frimpong. Better see a Twitch follow right now. Yeah, absolutely, Musty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're going to play South Park instead. That's why we're going to play South Park instead. You get me? I had 100% control. Carl Walker? Fenway, mate. I expect to see you there tonight, yeah. Well, maybe we'll play those games at some point. I don't know. I just don't know. Right. We do play Galatasaray, though, Fireborn. We do play them. Is there anything else that we want to chat about tonight? Before we shoot off? I've not played it yet, Fireborn, but we will be playing it on the Twitch. So make sure to go follow the Twitch. Oh yeah, sorry I couldn't go in LNobbins yesterday. I was just like feeling a bit poorly yesterday morning. I wasn't up for it. My bad. We are currently playing the Stick of Truth, Johnny. Currently playing the Stick of Truth. It's very fun. It's very mental. I've got the, as it turns out, I've got the uncensored one, so we've seen some mad shit. But yeah, after we're done with South Park, we're going to play Football Manager, because I haven't played that in a couple years, and I got very frustrated last Football Manager. I've got no interest in FIFA. No interest in FIFA. Football Manager's a clear game to me. I don't know, Ultimate. I've not had a chat from DAP, so I do not have the answer for you. I've never said this, number 21. I think you're talking to yourself. Yeah, literally, it's mad. Yeah. It was the last game of the season in my Middlesbrough save, and it was like the pinnacle. We'd won the Conference League that season, and it was the last game, and we'd been in the Premier League for a number of years, and we were second in the table. And I think that, was it Arsenal who we were competing with? Now, we needed two things to happen. We had to beat Newcastle, and Arsenal had to drop points. And Arsenal were dropping points. They were losing the game, actually. And I think in around the 80th minute, my regen striker, as Musty says here, with, I think, 18 finishing. So, like, ridiculous finishing. He was my wonder kid. Yeah, against Newcastle, our rivals as Borough. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he just bottles it. I think he shoots it wide. Like, what's going on? What is occurring? No, I fucking didn't, you dickhead. Shut the fuck up. No, I've not said that. I'm getting sick and tired of people being so assertive with claiming I said something that I didn't. I'm sorry to lash out on you right there. I'm getting fucking sick of it. It happens multiple times a day. I'm getting fucking bored of it. I've never... fuck off. That's not what I've said. It's pissing me off. Stop asserting that I've said shit I haven't said. I've said the fucking opposite of that. Pissing me off. Yeah, this pissed me off as well. Yeah, but it shouldn't happen in the last fucking game of the season, Naveen, when he's 1v1. When he's 1v1. Flaws, we're gonna have a fight. We're gonna fight, I'll tell you that right now. I know you're joking, but we're gonna have a fight. I'm excited for the new FM. I have a feeling it'll be good to wait a couple months to patch it from being buggy as shit. Good point. Is it out now? Is it actually out now? Or what? Let me know. Fuck you, Jack. Fuck you. Oh, it's out mid-November. Okay, gotcha. Fairs. Okay, so we're going to have time to play both South Parks then. Gotcha. If it's not until mid-November. I thought it was like out now, or early access was out now or something, but never mind. Yeah, exactly, Musty, exactly. Yes, we are, Eden. We are going to do that. The question is, because this is what I want to do. I want to do an online save, but I think first of all, I should probably do like a solo playthrough. What team should we do? I feel like it shouldn't be City, because that's too obvious. Should I do like a wheel, like a pick the wheel thing? Should we do a pick the wheel thing? That's what we did last time. Yeah, and we got grasshoppers. We got grasshoppers. He didn't play out wide against Spurs! What is your problem? Hello? Well, these two statements are conflated. They conflict with one another. What is your fucking problem, man? Just... I'm getting properly angry, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, man. Yeah, it has touched enough because it's lying. Just lying about what I've said, and it doesn't even match up. Am I going to have to, like, repeat my position? This is the opposite. I've said that he should play right wing in a 4-3-3. Because he's very good at pressing from right wing. AKA a wide position. Against Spurs, he played in midfield. This was a concern for me, and so it came to pass. I don't think he's baiting, Fenway. I don't think he's baiting. I don't care what other people would do, Naveen. I care about what I would do. Upsetting me. Right, I think I should probably leave because I'm getting frustrated. It's not even Foden related, Jack, no. Would you want to do an English team? If I think I'd rather do something like fun. And English teams don't tend to do it for me. I've already done the whole, like, you know, Championship or League One thing, trying to get into the Premier League. It's just because, like, once you get into the Premier League, it's sort of like playing on easy mode. And I don't know if I want to do that. So what I'll do is I'll pick a wheel and I guess pick the players. Sorry, pick the club probably based on that. Yeah, we did League One. Yeah, when City with the 1999 retro save, we did that. Absolutely, we did do that. Try. Should we do it now? To like end on a positive note because I'm getting baited all day. Right. Random wheel is it called, or like random wheel or something? Wheel of names. That's what I'm after. Okay, give me some nations. I think I'm gonna veto doing England. So I don't want England. This is for the LNobbins Twitch Football Manager save. What nation shall we have? Thailand. Wait, are you being serious? You want me to... Right, okay, rewind. I'm very bad at Football Manager. So maybe let's not do like Uganda. That might be a bit too far. Like, go a bit easy on me here. Like come on. I do want to, like, do something. Antigua and Bermuda, no. Like, no, what is this? Like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. No, so come on. Okay, I saw Turkey because someone said Connie Sport. So we've got Turkey. Spain. We've got to be a bit semi-reasonable. Germany, yes, Germany, of course. Romania, that sounds quite fun. Romania. Preferably like a European one, just so we can get into like, the Conference League and all that stuff. But I guess it doesn't have to be European, but ideally it would be. Slovakia. Norway. Oh, we can have a Boda Glimt, my team. Oh, Boa Vista for Portugal. Boa Vista? Oh, we could like rebuild Boa Vista. They're like going bust. Italy. Sweden. That's a good answer, yeah. Netherlands. Malta. Oh my god, Malta, okay. Poland. Yeah. Luxembourg. Hello. Fuck you, Jack. I hate you. Boa Vista's currently on the brink. TBH. Cyprus. Ireland, that might be fun. Shall I throw in like Scotland, or is that a bit too challenging because it's just Rangers and Celtic? Or shall I throw in like Scotland? So I've got San Marino. Okay, San Marino. Isn't that just a football team in the Italian league? Estonia, Northern Ireland. Oh my god. Right. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Should we have 2 more to get to 20? It's always worth a rewatch, Wandy. What a crazy thing to say. It's always worth a rewatch. Go back 10 minutes to watch me get stressed out by someone lying on my name. Greece, that's a great shout. Herbal. We've got Norway, yeah, that's a good shout, Eden. Japan. I'm gonna veto. I just want European sides so that I can play in European competitions. That's what I do like that. Okay, those will be the last 2 then. Finland and Belgium. Okay, so to confirm, Austria, I forgot them. To confirm, we have Turkey, Spain, Germany, Romania, Slovakia, Norway, Portugal, Italy, Sweden, Netherlands, Malta, Poland, Luxembourg, Cyprus, Ireland, San Marino, Estonia, Northern Ireland, Greece, Finland, Belgium, Austria, chuck in Croatia. Okay, France. Any other European nations that we would like to punt for? There are over 20 options there. North Macedonia, okay, bro. Right. Any final options, or shall we go for it with the Wheel of Names? I don't have it. I do have Italy. I do have Italy. Yes, I think that's enough. Okay, great. What's going to be the best way to show this? Probably to add it as a browser source, probably. Un momento. Or a window, actually. A window would make more sense. Okay. Just so you know that I'm not cheating. These are all the names that we've got. There's no one's been doubled. No one's been doubled. You can double check that for yourself. I'm not being cheeky. Needs more options. Okay. Let's have... This is the moment of truth. What is my team gonna be? Get your predictions in. Shows your open tabs where you're hiding, Jack. Get your predictions in. What are we gonna have? I'm gonna predict a Scandinavian nation. I'm gonna go... Oh, I am gonna pop... I know, I'm gonna pop Denmark in as well, because I've realised Denmark aren't there. I'm gonna predict Denmark. I was gonna say Denmark, but they weren't there. So I'm gonna predict them. Okay. It's gonna be Greece. Okay, let's go. Let's go! Please don't be shit. Please don't be shit. Please don't be shit. No, Luxembourg! Ooh, okay. Interesting. It's Ireland. Okay. I feel like that's gonna be really fucking hard. But there we go. We are going to do an Irish team. Right. There we go. Okay. What are the teams in Irish League table? I mean, whilst we're here, shall we also just like pick a team? They're all in poverty. Oh, fucking hell. Where Shamrock Rovers aren't even here. Well, that's the Northern Irish one. What about the Republic? I don't know what the league's called. Republic of Ireland league table. Okay. Oh my god, there's only 10. What? Where's Shamrock Rovers? Why aren't they here? I can only see 10 teams. There's Dundalk, Cobb Ramblers, Bray, UCD, Treaty United, Wexford, Longford Town, Finn Harps, Kerry, and Athlone Town. Where's Shamrock Rovers at? That was the one that I knew. Hello? Are they not in the top tier anymore? First in League of Ireland Premier Division. League of Ireland First Division. Wait, which one's the top table? How does it work? The League of Ireland... Right, I'm doing some research here. The League of Ireland Men's Premier Division is a professional, the highest level. So I'm after the Premier Division. That's the First Division. Republic of Ireland Premier Division. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong division. Premier Division table, please. There's Shamrock Rovers. There they are, the team that I'm aware of. Okay, there's still only 10. Right, there's Shamrock Rovers, Derry City, Bohemians, Drogheda, I'm butchering these names, I'm sure, St. Patrick's, Shelbourne, Sligo, Galway, Waterford, and Cork. Okay, there's only one thing we need to do here now, guys. We're going to have to pick the Irish team as well. I'm going to have to input all of these names into the thing. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to use AI here just to list all the names. List all of the Republic of Ireland Premier Division teams. List all 10. We can do the top tier, right? You guys aren't gonna force me to do the lower tiers, right? Please. Please. Get rid of the links so I can just copy and paste them. It'll be hard enough that that's what I'm saying. Okay, so it looks like these are our options. We've got Bohemians, Cork City, Derry City, Drogheda, Galway United, Shamrock Rovers, Shelbourne, Sligo Rovers, St Patrick's Athletic, and Waterford. Okay. We're going to let the wheel decide. This is who I'm going to be managing on Football Manager. My first save. Shamrock, please, bit more, bit more. Yes, come on. Oh, yes. That's big. The one team that I was aware of. Get in. That's big. I feel like they're one of the best teams in the division, if not the best. I'm happy with that. That's going to be too easy. Shall I spin again then? Do you guys want me to spin again? I'll do it. If you think that's too easy. Go sick. Eden, do you know how shit I am at this game? Fine. Okay, how about Cork City? How about Cork City? Is that fine? That'll do. They're bottom of the league. Shut the no way. Ireland Premier Division. Has their season not started? Like, why is it? Oh, are they still part? Are they really late into a season? What's going on here? Why does it say they've played 31 games? Is the season still going? I don't know how it works in Ireland. Oh my god, I've picked bottom of the table. So it's gone from the top of the table to the bottom. We will do it, guys. They play so they do it in a calendar year. Understood. We will do it. Yeah? We will take Cork City and we will win the Irish division with them and we will get into European competition. I don't know what the rule is with Irish competition. Are they only allowed in like the Conference League and they've got to qualify a lot for it? I'm guessing. I'm assuming the only avenue into like the Europa League is to win the Conference League. I don't know though. I don't know. I guess like Calvin Phillips. No, mate, I'm not. Right, guys. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me. We are in a few months' time. Check the financial situation of Cork City. Why? What about it? What about it? The club was founded in 1984. Okay. Capacity of 7,500. Oh my god, they were a newly promoted side. Oh my god. Oh, no. What's going on? Until 2022, Cork was owned by its supporters, the Friends of the Rebel Army Society, otherwise known as FORAS. FORAS came into existence during 2008 when financial issues resulted in a period of examinership. As of February 2022, the club remained within the ownership of the trust. However, in December 2022, FORAS members approved the transfer of ownership to businessman Dermot Usher. I mean, hey, we've won 3 tier 2 titles. So, it's a thing. It's a thing. Right, okay, this is going to be the last of it then. The first thing we're going to do is this. You are going to admit that you made an error with your statement earlier, because not once have I said that Shirky should not be playing at right wing and there's a pressing liability out at right wing. And that was what you said of me. So the first thing you're going to do is address that as incorrect. That's the first thing that's going to happen. Let's read the rest of this. You didn't disagree with me because Shirky shouldn't be judged on pressing attributes. You disagree because you didn't understand. Okay? And yes, it does matter because he's good pressing at right wing. That's my point. I'm concerned with him pressing in central midfield. Therefore, I would rather him play right wing than central midfield. But in the first instance, you are going to address the error that you made and lying on my name. That's the first thing that's going to happen. And then we can move on with our lives. Rebels own the club. Hey, man, I'm now a Cork City Ultra. You know? Should I get like a Cork City top? How much are they? Guys. I'm going to Ireland next year, so I'm basically Irish. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the kit's a bit shit. It's a little bit stinky. I saw that Palestine colours, actually. It's quite nice. That one's nice. That's 2023. I need to find a 2023 Cork City kit. I don't like the 2025 one. This one looks nice, though. That's nice. Zeus. It's all right, isn't it? I mean, it won't be her face in it. It'll be my face in it. But that's all right. That's quite nice. It's all right, isn't it? That is nice. So if I can locate a 2023 Cork City shirt... Oh, hello. Wait, is that sponsored by Guinness? Oh, guys, it's 180 quid. But that is really nice. I'm not being funny. Look at this, guys. Sponsored by Guinness. Look at the stripes. That's like Fluminense. Mate. I might need to track that. And it's got the beautiful Adidas. It's too expensive. I can't get that. But that looks nice. Isn't that pretty? Guinness sponsor and everything. That's kind of cold. It's kind of cold. Won't lie. I don't know what's going on with the badge, Eden. You are right, but that's nice. That's pretty. That's pretty. Lollipop FC. Get off that. They're not going to have a bloody Cork City one ultimate. You silly boy. Yeah, if someone could just right now super chat if you could super chat £182, 68p plus £3.42 delivery for Coventry postage, then that would be cute. Thank you guys in advance for doing that. Cork City, what, 1989? Cork City, 1989 shirt. Oh, the white one. Oh, that's Guinness as well. Okay, I've got to... Oh! They've actually got retro ones. Okay, this is actually more affordable. This is actually more affordable. And it's because it's a replica. Ooh. Are you looking at the white one, Eden? I'll show you guys what it looks like. Don't go anywhere. Oh, that's pretty. And it's got Guinness and it's got the Adidas. Okay, this might be the perfect mix. This might be a good mix. Look at that. That is pretty. What is the badge? It's just a castle. Established 1984. It's just a castle in it. That's pretty. That's quite nice. It's not as nice as the. It's not as nice as the other one, but that is pretty. It is like you guys are right. It is like the Germany kit. Don't worry about the stripe. It's just a little bit drunk. That's all. That's like I like the color scheme. I love the fact it's sponsored by Guinness. That's sick. You guys, or do you prefer it to the? Well, that's good. You prefer it because this is a lot cheaper. Oh, the guys, there's only one left. Hello. I might low key. I think I'm gonna buy this. You sent me a link on what platform? City of Everything. On what platform? Because you can't put links in YouTube chat because you're not a moderator. Send me a Discord or something. How much is it? That's £25. Was £23.65. I'm not going to be able to see the link, City of Everything, because only mods can post links for security reasons. Guys, should we get a Soviet Union kit, 1989? Shut up, Jack. No, I don't live in Coventry. That was shipping from Coventry, Thunder Road. This one's shipping from Hong Kong. I have to get one too. 16 views in the last 24 hours. Although this one's from someone with 0 ratings on eBay, so I'm not going to be getting that. But it's clearly there. Look, Club Retros. This looks like a viable website. That's £40 though. Well, I'll look into it. I'm definitely going to get one. I've got to commit now. I've got to commit to the bit. This one's £30. And it's the exact same kit they're selling, isn't it? Like, it's the same fake shirt. I mean, it's nice that they're doing it. It's a weird club to pick to do a retro kit for, but we take those. We take those, absolutely. I've been yapping for a long time. Bless your heart if you're still here. I sent you proudly on Discord. I don't have a message from you on Discord, City of Everything. I do not have a message from you on Discord. I cannot see it. Guys, shirts can be fully customized. Should we get a name on the back? Should we get Nobbins on the back? Or is that a bit weird? Should we just get the cork kit? I think we should just get the cork kit. Just for fun. 30 quid for a prop. I think that's good value. You can add a Champions League sleeve patch for whatever reason. For an extra 3 quid. Okay, fine. I mean, I'm not going to do that. I won't lie to you. But I appreciate the option. I appreciate the option. I don't know why you do that. But there you go. There you go. If you guys, if you want to get a cork kit from 89 to 90, the link is there. That's Premier Retros. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm sure. That's quite funny. Fraud's an excellent shout. Shush. There's a fair few. There's some like on the retro kit. I think they're all just the same shirt though. Nostalgia retro kit. Yeah, they're all the same. So yeah, cool. Cool. We'll do that. But that won't be until FM comes out. Obviously. So we shall see what we see there. Guys, thank you so much for joining. This one did overrun. Apologies if you didn't appreciate my outburst earlier. I'm getting sick and tired of people lying about me. And it just came to a head. I'm fucking bored of it. I will do it again. I will continue to do it again. I'll keep defending myself and what I've said. It's bullshit. It's pissing me off. Stop lying about me. It's annoying. We'll be back tomorrow on the YouTube for a watch-along of the Monaco game. We'll also be live tonight on Twitch, 7 PM for South Park, The Stick of Truth. As I say, from 7 over on the Twitch. So join me for that. Also, because there's no good Champions League games tonight, so don't bother watching that. Come over to the Twitch and watch some fun South Park instead. Thank you so much for joining. As always, wonderful thank you to my beautiful channel members, there is a recent member exclusive upload. If you are a member and you haven't already watched it, go and watch it to learn more about Alberto Costa. If you'd like to join the Hall of Fame to get lovely perks and to support your boy, the link is in every single video description, or you can click the join button. That's what you can do. Look at all these lovely people. We're at just over 50 members now. Lovely, lovely. Jack, fuck you. Thank you so much as always. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.